Well, it's a beautiful Saturday morning. Finally starting to feel a little better. I just pulled a bunch of guppy grass out of this tank. And there are these wild type mollies, and they've spawned. And yeah, I'd love to show you the fry. I know there's just a couple around in here. They might pop in while we're doing this. There's red cherry shrimp in here. And there are also a shit ton of bladder snails. Now I pulled a bunch out. I guess I'm going to give this a head start. Probably shouldn't have done that. But I did a video not too long ago about bladder snails, and somebody suggested this. And somebody else suggested something else from Australia, and I think it's essentially the same thing. So this is No Planaria. All right, it says so right there. And it's a little white powder. And I'm going to try it in here. It's to kill planaria, but apparently it works well on snails too. In fact, I think there was a warning on it that if you've got any snails that you want to save, get them out of the tank. So there goes a little bladder snail right now, right up the side. They're fast movers. There's some in the guppy grass. And what sparked this too, I got another message on eBay this morning. I know most of you know I sell guppy grass that said, is your guppy grass snail free? I can't say that. So I'm gonna see what this does. Now what it does is it says 1 spoonful per 50 liters. And I did a little bit of ciphering, you like that? On the other, and I put it on the other side. That's 1.5 scoops or spoonfuls per 20 gallons. This is a 20-gallon tank. So I'm gonna put 1.5 scoops in this little cup of water. Never just dump powder on the surface of the tanks. Always dilute it first. Reason being, if the fish go and eat it, they're gonna get a mouthful of this stuff. It could kill them. So if there's one of the fry that's being chased by one of the adults, well, where to go? They're growing, so I think they're beyond a mouthful, I hope. But it was so cool to see these after about a year. I was wondering if they'd ever spawn. I know, sidebar. I don't get distracted ever. Ha! Oh, there's one right there. That is so cool. So apparently they're a wild type molly that came out of the Colorado River. Thank you, Jorge, Mexicali Fish Keeper, for these. I really appreciate it. They're beautiful fish. Anyway, back to this. So the instructions say one scoop per, whatever it was, 50 liters. So that's going to be 1.5 scoops today. And then half of that amount 24 hours later. And then half of that amount 24 hours after that. So that means tomorrow I will put in 3/4 of a scoop, half of 1.5 scoops. And then 72 hours later, I will put in 3/8 of a scoop, which will be half of that 3/4 scoop. So let me put you on the tripod and we'll do this. Hopefully it'll get you lined up well. All right, so here's a little measuring cup with some water in it. And the No Planaria, little tiny scoop, and I love that. They always bury the scoop down deep. So here's the scoop, 1 full scoop, and drop that in. And then I'm gonna do the best I can to get half a scoop out of there. I guess I've got a little grain scale for reloading. I guess I could have, that looks pretty close. I'm gonna shake just a little more off in there. Yeah, that's pretty close. All right, so 1.5 scoops. And that's good for, I'm gonna leave this scoop out so I don't have to fish it out later. I noticed there's a little thing, one of those little anti-desiccant things, a little silicone bags. And then I got a pipette. It'll stir it up really well. So I'm taking a chance with this. Now it says it's safe for fish. It's intended for marine use. It says kills planaria. Safe for shrimp. That's what it says on the package. Safe for fish and shrimp. So I've got this pretty well diluted in here. And I always pour stuff where there's the most agitation. So I've got a little sponge filter in the back of this. I'm going to pour it into the bubble flow from the sponge filter. I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not, but there we go. And then rinse the cup out a few times. There we are. There are 5 of those wild type mollies. I thought there were 1 male and 4 females, and now I'm wondering if I've got 2 males actually in there. I thought I saw another one with that big dorsal fin. Really, maybe it's the same one. Really pretty fish. I know a lot of these, wild type fish are just really underrated because they're not really showy. I think these are spectacular. All right, so I will dose this tomorrow, and then I will dose it again on, let's see, tomorrow's Sunday, Monday I'll dose it the third time. We'll start looking for results on Tuesday or Wednesday, and I'll also need to do water changes. From what I understand, I'm trying to remember who told me about this. It might have been Jeffro, that you want to do water changes to once the snails start dying off, that's going to spike the ammonia levels. So that's a big deal. So I doubt there's any way I'll be able to collect all the dead snails out. There's a lot of really small ones in this tank, and I net them out. Like I said, I use a little shrimp net. Did a whole video on that. Check it out. If I can find it, I'll put it in the description at the end of this thing. So anyway, I appreciate y'all. Hopefully. I'll do this as a follow-up, 3 days. I'm going to go ahead and post this video. So once again, I appreciate y'all. And hopefully I've earned a like and a subscription with this. So everybody enjoy the rest of your weekend. And cheers. No, cheers. What am I saying? Thanks for looking. I've been sick.